and that Haywood was residing with Jay Wick at an Airbnb. Haywood's sister provided video footage showing the victim at the residence inside the garage area, hanging out with Jay Wick and several other members of the group. The video depicts Jay Wick and others utilizing a cell phone and computer to promote the event on social media. The victim's sister identified Jay Wick in the video. The victim's sister also identified another member in the video as the producer. The video provided by the victim's sister was taken shortly before the shooting occurred. Moments after the video was recorded, the shooting occurred near the Boardwalk area in close proximity to the rental. During the investigation, the sergeant got a sworn recorded statement from the victim. The victim was suffering from serious injuries and had difficulty speaking at times. During the statement, he advised he had gone down to the Boardwalk area to watch Jay while Jay was with a female. He stated that man sent him down there and described the purpose as essentially watching Jay or acting as security. Now, the rest of what the report says is basically everything I already told y'all. He was acting as security. Jay went down to the beach. When he came back, he asked Jay Wick if he was straight. He said, yeah. Jay walked, turned around, opened fire, shot the shit out of him. He told officers he has no idea why. Now, bouncing over to my Instagram, which if you haven't followed, go ahead and do. We're going to take a look at my reels, which have been going absolutely crazy. And the one I did of Jay Wick, which is over 1 million views, I had a woman named Puerto Rican Barbie comment, and I can't click on her page because everything is in the bikini, and I'm going to get the video demonetized. But she says, this is not the story, laughing my ass off. He was getting robbed by the 18-year-old. Him and his security all opened fire. And normally I would believe somebody shaped like her. But I'm just going to say this. What I told her was, it's not that I don't believe what you're telling me. I'm just relaying what the police were told because that's what's in the actual paperwork. And nothing in the paperwork says that Jay Wick's security advised them that they all opened fire, which would be self-defense, right? Or at least they'd be trying to make it sound like self-defense. None of them said that, though, unfortunately, which makes it look like attempted murder. So now let's actually find out if he's charged with the murder and if this kid actually died. Now this is the jail page right here. Again, Donald Anderson, and it's going to say Pren, ACC, ATT, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated. It looks terrible. It seems like he is charged with first degree murder. But we don't want to take the jail's word for it. We don't want to believe that something is 3 different things. He could have been fully accessory, he could have been fucking premeditated, or it could have been attempted. That's too much shit. So what we're going to look at is the actual court records. According to the court records, at this time, he is only charged with attempted first-degree murder. That's it. It's attempted. Out of all these dates, he has no contact with the victim. If the victim was dead, it wouldn't be possible. No contact with the victim's family. There's nothing that's been updated that says he's been charged with anything aside from attempted first-degree murder. That is it. Jay Wick is not facing life. He's not facing death. Well, he's facing life for attempted murder. He's not facing the death penalty. So everybody can... We may see pork chop sandwich again in the future. At this time, he's not facing anything too extreme. But attempted murder is still attempted murder, and in Florida, he can still get a life sentence for that. This could still fuck his entire career. Hopefully, the Puerto Rican Bobby that we saw on Instagram will be his lawyer and can break this shit down, because apparently she has all the answers. And I say that sarcastically, of course. But I think the confusion, and nothing against Seti Nash, nothing against Say Cheese, and anyone else that reported this, I think the confusion all came from literally that title where it said first degree premeditated, but prior it said ATT for attempted. An easy mistake, an easy fix. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Charge of the FBI San Diego field office. Today, the FBI responded to assist our local law enforcement partners at the Islamic Center of San Diego. This was enforcement of an active shooter. As the chief said, what we know at this time is that there are 3 deceased adult males, and those are the victims at this time. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of the victims of this tragic incident. There were 2 subjects, both teenagers, and both are confirmed deceased. I want to thank our local law enforcement partners for their swift response, which undoubtedly saved the additional loss of life. The FBI is meticulously assessing the situation and is prepared to employ every resource we have to uncover the facts of the case. No community should have to go through such a tragic incident, and we will work tirelessly to prove it. We have on scene a number of special agents, task force officers, our evidence response personnel, victim specialists, and many more. As we work through this investigation, we ask for your patience to tell us any motives and facts associated with the shooting. The FBI continues to ask for the public's help in providing any information that could help us resolve this investigation or remind the public of any details about how Paul was used. The FBI has set up a digital media tip line for information regarding the shooting. We ask the public to submit their tips to FBI.gov or call 1-800-CALL-FBI with any information you may have. Thank you. One more piece of information I feel to put out. There is a reunification center set up at 4125 Hathaway. Where parents can meet out with kids and any other loved ones that might be related to this Islamic center. That is the location. Next, I want to bring up Mayor of San Diego, Mayor Todd Flores. I want to be here to emphasize what the police said, the threat currently has been addressed, children on the state, and that is a good thing. Obviously, we've had the loss of life here at the Islamic Center in San Diego, to our local Muslim community. My prayers are with you. I want to assure our Muslim community that we will do everything it takes to make sure that you can be safe in the city. Resources will be spared in making sure that our religious institutions and education are protected in this city. I want to express my appreciation to San Diegans to respond to our call to clear the area and to allow law enforcement to do their job. I ask you to continue to do that. Otherwise, Chief said, students can be picked up at the church just down the street here. That information already sent out. Lastly, I would just emphasize obviously we'll have more comments later today. But at this moment, I want to simply express my immense gratitude and that of all 1.4 million San Diegans for the incredible law enforcement response that we saw here today. As Chief mentioned, the response in 4 minutes. This is what we train for. This is what we budget for. This is what we ask of our public safety professionals, and they absolutely deliver the way that we ask them to do. So I appreciate our police department, our San Diego Fire and Rescue Department, our chief of the fire department is here as well as our local, state, federal partners, many who have been in touch with me directly, recognizing the gravity of this situation and why it is so such a tragic situation for which there'll be a lot more work to be done in days, weeks, and months ahead. Again, my condolences to the victims and their families, to our Muslim community. One of our great leaders is here, Simon Taha, who was directly impacted. This is a time for making sure that we do everything necessary to investigate and fully address the incident that was here today, but to reassure, as I always will, they have no place in the city of San Diego. When it happens, when any nation occurs, we will hold you accountable. Again, appreciate you, our public safety professionals. I'll turn it back to our I'll open it up to questions here in just a second. I want you to keep in mind, we're giving you what we have and what we know at this point, and there's only so many limitations that into what we go into at this point until we get some information. So with that, we'll open up to a couple questions. Yeah. So thank you for asking. How many total deceased? So we have our two suspects that are deceased. We have three victims at the Islamic Center. All three of them are adults. For a total of five people that are deceased related to this person. Yeah, so we are actively investigating that right now to figure out, piece together exactly what led to this moment. And as we get that information confirmed and verified, we'll be back out here providing more details. So suspects at this point appear to have died from self-inflicted gunshot wounds. There were no officers involved in weapons. That is still very preliminary at this point.
As a traveler and creative, always on the move, I stay balanced through simple routines. AAA meal kit discounts keep my nutrition on track, and access to over 12,000 gyms keeps me moving throughout the hustle. With wellness and well-being coaching through AAA, I stay centered wherever I go. Join AAA today and live grounded your way.
So, again, we are actively investigating the things that led up to this. Obviously, this is going to take some time. Information that we the Islamic Center does have security. One of the security guards that works there. And I think played a pivotal role in Sammy, I don't necessarily know, when the cases were put on a lockdown. There's other neighboring schools in the area. It's standard protocol. When information like this comes out with an active shooter, we try our best to get that information out and either shelter in place or evacuate from the area if it's ideally safe to do so. So that would not be outside of protocol for that to happen. So our initial officers that got on scene did not engage the suspects in the parking lot. They began to make entry into the Islamic Center. They observed 3 deceased bodies outside of the center, which obviously forced them to engage in an active shooter response, immediately deploy inside of the Islamic Center and start working from room to room. They did have to breach doors to get into all of the different rooms. Extremely chaotic. There was somewhere between 50 to 100 police officers inside of that facility. All of you that responded here could see how many officers and deputies from around the county that were surrounding the outside of the facility. facility. We also have a scene a couple blocks away. We have active gunfire coming in on a landscaper that was just out there doing his job. Thankfully, he was okay, was not hit. He's not in. To try to figure out what led up to this, exactly what took place. But I can tell you with one thing, heroic action on these deputies is beyond words. To know that this many of our public servants are willing to leave their loved ones behind, drop what they're doing, and run towards gunfire without asking any questions is remarkable. Not yet. We're obviously making notifications as we speak to family and loved ones, so I want to respect that. So we will be back. We will be back with more information a little bit later today. Thank you, guys.
The police officer at the scene told me to never sue the driver who crashed.
When you're having a crooked ass nails, you know you just be talking about cricket.
The risks that are associated.
They are life. That's it.
So
about who says she was attacked and stabbed multiple times by a knife-wielding man in a Met Center garage last week. The woman says she fought off her attacker and managed to escape. Today, that suspect, 46-year-old Perry Green, was in court. Megan Reyna also there. She's got all the details. Megan?
Prosecutors say Perry Green stabbed the victim at least 7 times in the chest and cut her across her body from her face to her ankles. But they say she fought back so hard, at one point, the suspect had to take a break.
Barry, I'm going to hear probable cause in your case.
Appearing before a judge, 46-year-old Perry Green showed little to no emotion as the state prosecutor read out loud his arrest warrant. On the morning of May 11th, they say Green approached the Methodist Research Institute employee in the Texas Medical Center parking garage 1 as she was getting out of her car. They say he forced her back in while holding a kitchen knife.
Complaining for her safety, started kicking defendants, screaming for help.
But investigators say the victim didn't stop fighting, even as she was being stabbed and cut all over her body.
Complainant managed to wrap her legs around the defendant's head while attempting to disarm him.
Prosecutors say after about 10 minutes of fighting, the suspect took a break because he was so tired. At this point, he had zip-tied her hands together. They say he grabbed her car keys and started the car, but the victim didn't give up there.
Complainant was eventually able to open the passenger side doors using her toes.
Once she got the door open with her toes, they say she jumped out and ran for help. A bystander called 911 and Green took off, but was captured on a Metro Rail surveillance camera. 2 days later, he was arrested. His court-appointed defense attorney says he will have a bond hearing next Wednesday.
The state will have to bring some witnesses in and
gonna let his
put a
ass
little more in-depth detail about what they say happened in order for Judge Warren to hold that no bond.
Green's defense attorney told me that he just met his client this morning, so he has no comment on the allegations yet. I also spoke with the victim's mother, who told me her daughter is continuing to recover. She added that she is a fighter. They, of course, want Green to remain locked up. Reporting from the Justice Center, Megan Reyna, KHOU 11 News.
Honestly, I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss high school.
Houston police have released a new picture of the man accused of stabbing a Houston Methodist employee inside a Texas Medical Center parking garage Monday.
That's right. So investigators say the woman was attacked while sitting in her car, which a lot of people do, yesterday morning in the parking garage. And our Leslie Delsford spoke with a longtime med.
I just heard, I like my head, my door closed, I was in my room, I just heard shut.
Corey Williams?
Yeah, that's my dad right there.
That's his father?
Yeah.
Do you know his son?
No.
Police quickly identify the suspect as 18-year-old Corey Williams Jr., the victim's son, who is MIA at the moment.
Multiple chest shots.
Do we know how many yet?
It's just from listening. It's a 9 in the chest, another 2 to 3 in the left arm, another 2 to 3 fifth pelvis area. It's just what she says.
Well, the other, he lives here, I think. The son and the mom just got evicted, according to his life. No, they got evicted from somewhere else. And now that's very possible. And he was carrying another job with him. So he said that's a practice instead of this. So now the question is, but he said that the grandson said he shot him.
As officials begin to gather information, they learn that the suspect allegedly fled the scene with his mother and siblings. Moments later, we get a look at a weapon found on the scene.
And the gun itself is a Smith & Wesson.
Yes.
Police located a firearm near the body, described in a police report as a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Investigators also note 11 shell casings scattered around the apartment. Moments later, officers holding the scene notice some suspicious documents.
It looks like he's asking for custody.
Interesting. He's trying to get custody of his mom probably because she lost her place. So he tries to file a quick emergency injunction.
Possibly.
Next, about 2 hours passed, the suspect was tracked down. Seen here as Corey D. Williams, the teen suspected of killing his father hours earlier. Next, Corey Jr. is escorted to the police station, where detectives have plenty of questions for him.
So who all lives in that building off of
11th in Atkinson?
It was my father, and then for a little bit it was my little sisters.
Did you stay over there yourself?
For a little bit, yeah.
Okay. What kind of duration? Like from when to when did you live there?
For I said 3 months.
Okay. Do you remember how long ago that was?
No.
You know, if it was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh. You stopped living there about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, he kicked me out.
Okay.
You heard that right. Corey said his father gave him
Do you remember when he wanted you to tell your mom?
No.
Why do you guys go over there yesterday?
My mother was trying to get them for an escort. When she called them once, they told her to go there and try and grab them. And if he denied her grabbing them, she'd step up and call them again. She'd get a police escort.
And your mom wanted to pick up all the rest of the kids that were over there. So, besides your older sister and you, the rest of the kids were there.
Yeah.
Corey explains that he and his mom had gone to the apartment to pick up his siblings after a custody issue arose. We'll learn more about that later. Now, detectives want to know what exactly led up to the shooting.
So when you guys get there, do you guys knock at the door, or how did that work?
We went to the front door. We were ringing our grandfather's doorbell so he would let us in. He didn't let us in. We went around back. It was
Was your dad there?
No.
Okay, so he wasn't home when you guys got there? How long you guys you were there before your dad came home?
I feel 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, and then we were able to kind of explain what happened.
When he came in?
Yep.
He came in through the front door. I was grabbing my stuff, putting it in a suitcase, like my computer and my clothes. He came in, and the mom started to argue. And I kind of butted in and just told him to move around, let's leave. He started touching me, right here. He was throwing me around. And at this point, he had a gun in his hand.
And what kind of things was he saying to you when this was going on?
I remember that he was cussing at me, I know that. Telling me I have respect.
And where's everyone else when this is going on?
They're right there. They're next to me. They're trying to pull his head off.
So everyone was in the room?
Yeah.
When you said throwing him around, can you kind of describe how that was?
Hanging me around. One hand, carrying I picking you up, flinging me around.
Okay. Do you know what happened to them?
And he swings me around to the dining room, the dining room kitchen table. Then he swings me over there and there's...
I know this is really tough, man. I can't even put myself in your shoes.
He swings me over to the table.
To the detectives, they be trying to make that shit stop.
There's a firearm on the table. My gun. Yeah, I grab it and I shoot him.
Oh,
but detectives continue digging for more answers.
He left. My mother called the police. And then we left.
Did your siblings go with you?
Like to the car?
Yep.
They went the moment it went down, like they left. Like they ran.
Oh, okay. Do you remember who drove?
Mother.
After you shot the weapon, what did your dad do?
They helped me.
Did he say anything?
No.
And then, do you think when you were done shooting it, do you think it was empty?
I don't remember. Yeah, probably.
So I got in a car accident, and it wasn't even my fault. And I'm telling you right now,
Detectives confront Corey Jr. with some new information that they say is not exactly adding up with his story.
Can you try to remember how many times you shot? Like, was it more than 5 or less than 5?
More.
Was it more than 10 or less than 10?
It was more than 5. It was that.
Okay, so 5 to 10? Okay. Is it more than 10 or do you remember?
I don't.
Okay. And when your dad fell, did you continue to shoot from your recollection?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
By the time you failed, it was over.
Okay. Because we'll bring in a few photos, and the only reason why we asked that is because in the crime scene where he was, there was casings around his body.
No.
One of the things that I'm concerned about down the line is that the autopsy shows that potentially maybe he was hit while he was already on the ground. If that's the case, I just want to jump ahead in that and figure out why that would be. So if that happened, I would really appreciate kind of the explanation behind that versus hearing it one way now and then figuring it out later. Because I'm not calling you a liar at all. I just want to get ahead and figure
You
out what
stuttered
happened.
on that part.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Alright, that's it.
I know it's a lot. We threw a lot at you, but
Corey ends the interview and is booked into jail for second-degree reckless homicide and use of a dangerous weapon. Next, detectives bring in Corey's mother, who allegedly escorted him away from the scene. Let's see what she has to say.
But we do need to get more of an understanding as to what happened. And I guess you told them kind of a motive yesterday as far as him forging your signature.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that wasn't a motive, but that was the reason why. It was kind of the reason why I went up here, but I was already wanting to go over there.
Okay.
But then once I got that call, it was like, yeah, I need to officially go over there because at this point, I feel like he was going a little bit too far with him. He was doing a lot. So once they called and told me that he forged my signature, I was like, okay, I'm just go over here and grab everything. Because at this point, like, you can't just do court papers and then sign my signature on it and then say that that's official.
The suspect's mother says she was informed by the state that her ex had allegedly forged her signature on custody documents, prompting the initial reason for her arrival at the apartment. That's where she says she intended to pick up her children, who had been temporarily staying with their father while she searched for a place to live.
Because he had already been like trying to like threaten me to like go up there to do like custody papers and stuff live, and all I needed just for you to help watch the kids until I find a place to stay.
Was it releasing all your rights and him taking complete rights of the kids, or was it? What was the paperwork?
I have no idea. I didn't really read it. They didn't really say exactly what it was. So I'm guessing I'm thinking it was releasing all my rights and over to him.
Why would you do that?
I have no idea. When he can hardly even take care of himself. That's why I ended up just dropping them off at their dad's house, and then I was in my car. But I just needed him at that moment to just, take the kids for me. I was, oh my God, like I said, I was abandoning them or anything, so I wasn't.
And then how many kids you don't have to name, how many kids do you have with Corey?
Together we had 6 kids together, because 2 of them is in here.
I guess there's parts that you left out that we know there's just more to expand on. And I get it, you're scared. It's a trust issue. You've never talked with him before. Now this is your second interview with Mike. We're not going to lie to you. We just want to hear an account of what happened. You know what happened to Corey?
No, like I said, when I was walking out the door, that's when everything happened when I walked out the door. As soon as I walked out into the hallway, I heard the gunshots, and I turned around and I seen Mr. Williams on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get contacted that there was this false signature, and then what do you do next?
And then after I put on my clothes, and then I contacted Corey and I said, hey, you got to put your clothes on, because I want to go over there and grab the babies or whatever, because your dad's doing too much, so I just want you to go. You guys to go with your
son, Corey.
Yeah, Corey Jr. I just asked him, like, hey, could you and Aiden come down there with me just for, like, safety reasons, the kids. After I got that call from the court, I called the non-emergency police line to see how can I get a police escort. And they told me to go down there and try first. And if I have to be in the area. And if I try first, and if he doesn't give me the kids first, to go back to the car and to call them, and they will come out and do the escort. And that's what I was going to do. But I took my sons with me for safety just in case, because me and Corey has a history of domestic violence. And just in case he decided...
Which is reported?
Yeah, just in case he decided to want to put his hands on me, I just have my sons with me to, help de-escalate things. When I got there, he wasn't there, so I just started putting their stuff on, getting them together. But then as we were getting them together, he came in the middle of that. And then he was...
Did he know you were going to be there? No, okay.
It was
so maybe it was a surprise to him that you were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was just like, I'm coming to get the kids. And he's like, no, you can't do it. Trying to show me that paper that he forged. And I'm like, I know you. That's just a paper that I know that you found off the line and you printed up and you typed it out and just took it up to the court. That's not legit. That's not real.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's like, you're still not going to leave. You're not going to leave. You're not leaving. And I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. But then at that point, I was going to go walk out to my car. I was going to tell the boys to come on, let's go. And I was going to walk to my car and call for the escort. But before I can do that, that's when everything just escalated from there.
So what was the trigger point?
The trigger point was like me and Corey Sr. was talking in a conversation. Then Corey Jr. stepped in and told him like pertaining like let us go. It was like something in that matter, like let us go, move out the way, let us go. And then after that, that's when them two they started getting into it and getting to a tussle. And then I had to step into them like twice to break it up.
They got into a tussle, okay.
Yeah.
Who's all in the apartment when the argument was occurring?
It's everybody. And then I had my little ones go out into the hallway.
Who's everybody? The same?
So it's me and all 8 of my children and Corey Sr.
How long were you in the hallway for?
Like, I want to say, like a second. Like I walked, as soon as I walked out the door, that's when I heard it. I turned back around and I ran back. You know what? Please don't ever fuck. How do you remember that?
Now, detectives confront the suspect's mother with information they say doesn't add up with the original story.
Here's my question for you. Who had guns that day?
I didn't see the guns. I didn't see the... They proclaimed they had, but I didn't see the guns. I didn't see it.
So here's the other problem. Did you ever see, when you were in that apartment, did you ever see Corey Jr. or Corey Sr. with a gun?
No. When I went to the bathroom, that's when I was in the bathroom, that's probably when Corey grabbed the gun did. And I still didn't see it. I didn't even know he had it. I never saw anybody grab a gun. I never saw one gun, nothing. None of that. That's how I'm not understanding how Mr. Williams got shot. I never seen not one gun.
He got shot for a while. You know that?
Yes. I heard all the rounds when I was in the hallway. That's when I heard the rounds in the hallway. I ran back, like I said, when I heard the gunshot, I ran back in. And then I seen what was going on. I said, no, and I screamed, I yelled like, Corey, what's going on? What happened? What did you do?
What did he say?
I can't remember what he said. I don't even think he really said anything.
Well, who ran in the apartment first? Was out by you?
Yeah, I ran back in first, and then it came in behind me. Like, I can't even remember, like, everything is just so blank to me. Like,
so far from the truth.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't see it gun by the time I was in the hallway and came back in. I don't know if he stuck it back in his shirt, tossed it, but I don't know what he did with it.
I know what happened. And if you were in there first, you would have seen what happened too.
He is telling us that when he gets in. So if you're before him, okay, so he's following after you, right? He's saying that he clearly sees Corey standing there with the gun pointing still at Corey.
She did. That's the part I'm thinking about. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't see that part. This is the gun I seen. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is the gun I seen. I don't remember these two guns.
Okay, that's fair. Where do you see that one?
And this is what I seen. No, I don't remember those two when I seen them.
Where did you see that?
This is the one I seen with Corey's head. That's what I see. That's what I seen. I don't remember it like that's what I seen. Because I'm like, everything was all fast and I blacked out. I heard the gunshots, but I didn't see a gun. But then now I'm thinking about it. This is the gun I did see. Can I have somebody here to represent me too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're here for aiding a felon.
I'm not aiding anything.
Well, I don't think he ever told you. So just
I didn't aid anything.
Just so that you know.
I didn't aid anything, and then I go to school too. I have my side. I get into my kids. I was not trying to make sure that Corey didn't go to jail or anything. I was not trying to aid or fugitive or anything.
Court records show Corey later accepted a deal and pleaded guilty to homicide by negligent handling of a dangerous weapon or explosive. He was initially sentenced to 5 to 8 years in a state correctional facility, but the judge stayed the sentence and instead imposed 5 years of probation, sparing the teen years behind bars. Subscribe now for easier access to the latest from Law and Crime.
Today, my voice will be heard. The story of Piper Lewis holds power. The trauma of Piper Lewis carries a ruptured beginning, tormented past, and a delayed future. With perseverance, we have the ability to change the direction of our delayed and unknown futures.
Today, the Iowa Department of Corrections issued a warrant for the arrest of Piper Lewis. This comes as she was removed from a treatment center in Atlanta.
By any means, I will be back in this courtroom to face the consequences.
This is Piper Lewis last September admitting that she would not be getting a second chance for her crime. Here is Piper Lewis Monday, back in court and back in jail, charged with escape.
Ms. Lewis, I am going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Set your case for a review hearing.
Last summer, Lewis faced 20 years in prison for killing Zachary Brooks. She says Brooks sexually assaulted her several times. A judge granted Lewis a deferred judgment and probation. A short time later, she escaped from the Fresh Start Women's Center in Des Moines, and now faces a year in prison for the alleged escape. Ironically, the last time she was in court, the judge warned her about the second chance he was giving her.
This is the second chance that you asked for. You don't get a third. Understand that?
Yes, I do.
Ma'am, good morning. The first story I want to bring to you guys' attention won't take too much time at all. In the last 24 hours, a young girl was just sent to prison for 20 years after getting away with murder at 15 years old. But after going over her story, this was the first time in a long time I felt like it may have not really been her fault. Now, the case first took place in 2022. Almost 2 years later, she violated probation in terms we'll later discuss. Fast forward to 2026. She was sent to jail to serve her full sentence. And we'll go over the details in chronological order. So without wasting too much time on this intro, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump into it. If you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help. It's a bank. overcome with rage after waking up to find Brooks are her. She stated that she had been trafficked to Brooks for weeks by another man. Brooks was stabbed more than 30 times with wounds to his chest, arms, and groin. In September 2022, Lewis pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter and willful injury. Judge David Pointer granted her a deferred judgment with 5 years of probation, warning it was her second chance and that she would not receive a third. Under Iowa law, the court was required to order Lewis to pay $150,000 in restitution to Brooks' estate. A GoFundMe organized by her former teacher raised more than $560,000 to cover the restitution and other expenses. And this is what she had to say during her sentencing.
Today,
we hired a big media agency last year to handle all of our meta ads. I spent well over 6 figures on their fee, and it didn't work out. And obviously, my first instinct was Upwork to find us a freelancer before, because I have been working with Upwork for literally 6 years. If you're not familiar, Upwork is a platform where you can hire freelancers all over the world for a range of different things, from marketing to operations to creative work, all without committing to a full-time hire. There are over 125 categories, 10,000 advanced skill sets. So you're not just hiring a marketer, you're hiring someone who does exactly what you need. And then what I really like is being able to see real work history.
my voice will be heard.